This is a story of a P-51 pilot by the name of Konstantin Vogel. Konstantin V. Vogel, went by the name of Connie, was born on January 4th, 1919 in Nebraska. His parents, Henry and Anna, were both born in German-speaking Russia. They immigrated to the United States in 1912. His father worked as a grocer and later as a farmer. Connie had 2 older sisters, 4 older brothers, 4 younger sisters, and 2 younger brothers. That was a big family. By 1940, Connie had completed 4 years of high school. He was still living with his parents and worked as a laborer. He volunteered for the Army Air Forces in June of 1942. Although most pilots had some college education, Connie had the skills not just to qualify as a pilot, but as a fighter pilot. He became a second lieutenant in the 362nd Fighter Squadron, 357th Fighter Group, 9th Air Force, which was originally equipped with P-39 Airacobras that were replaced by P-51 Mustangs when it started flying tactical air support missions out of England in early 1944. This same unit also had a pilot by the name of Chuck Yeager, who became an ace and later, as a test pilot, was the first man to break the sound barrier. By February 1944, the 357th Fighter Group was transferred to the 8th Air Force, where the long-range flying abilities of the P-51 could be used to escort bombers on missions deep into Germany. Its first missions to Germany was during Big Week, where the Allies focused on 6 straight days of missions over German bombing. Let me read that sentence again. Its first missions to Germany was during Big Week, where the Allies focused on 6 straight days of missions over Germany, bombing aircraft-related targets and drawing out Luftwaffe pilots to dogfight. On March 18, 1944, Lieutenant Vogel was on an escort and support mission to Augsburg, Germany, when his plane was shot down by a FW-190. He was able to bail out, but his chute did not open. His body was found by locals and buried in a cemetery near Uttenweiler, Germany. His remains were returned home after the war. Surprisingly, the remains of his plane were not discovered until October of 1993. His grave is now at Mount View Cemetery in Longmont, Colorado. So I'm guessing with as many brothers and sisters as he has that there's probably some people around today that are related to Connie Vogel. But until this story here was posted at Fold 3, and before that on the WW2 Fallen 100 blog, there really wasn't a place that people could read about Connie Vogel. So this is with other stories. It's just one of the 400,000 Americans who did not come home during World War II. And as always, when I share these stories, I always invite people to, if they have an interest, to consider learning how to write these stories and spending some time writing these stories behind the stars. Thank you for listening. And if you want more information, visit storiesbehindthestars.org.